So this isn't typically how I would introduce a series like this, but I don't think that this would be a typical kind of series anyway. So if you must know, I am already not in my normal state of Ohio. Since when was Ohio normal? I am already traveling as part of things I'm doing with my family, and tomorrow I am starting my next roller coaster journey. During this trip, I'll be traveling to an amusement park that I have never been to before, and that I will most likely never ever visit again. In fact, that's the reason this trip's here in the first place. But before we get there, I'll be visiting some parks that I haven't seen in a second, so I hope you'll join me for the ride. Wow, join me for the ride. Cheese ball. When I was in my sophomore year of college, Geauga Lake closed for the final time, and I hadn't really gotten to experience Geauga Lake at all. So naturally, I dealt with all those emotions by writing a song, and it was really, really cringe. But it's been on my mind since I started planning all of this, and there's one lyric that really has been sticking out in my mind, and it's this. After learning of our imminent doom, we're gonna party till we all drop dead. Good morning from Carowinds. It is officially 10 o'clock, and as far as I can tell, nothing is running yet, but we are just here to have a fun time. I'm here with my family. We're gonna go to Camp Snoopy and ride some things, and then I'm gonna do something I have never done before. I am going to Carolina Harbor because it's gonna be 90 something Fahrenheit today, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we're gonna make the most of our day. As long as I get on this thing at some point today, we're good.
I need it when we're in Korea. Well, and I thought about wearing clothes, but I was like, why?
My sister just said that the difference between the shaded areas and the not shaded areas is probably about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and I believe her 120%. In case anybody was wondering, my first card of the day is on that thing. Absolutely no shame.
Let's make some
She's like, I'm not having fun. She's not sure about this one.
You are doing good. I hope you enjoy.
She's really holding on.
If Alex is watching, every time you complain about there being no shade in amusement parks, I found your shade. Okay, so we finally made it to our cabana. My face looks really stupidly red. I am going to go be a person, and I'm probably jumping in the lazy river. I'm so done. All right, so you can tell it's really hot because I'm having trouble forming like full sentences. We just got out of the water park. My family sit at home, and we're gonna see how many roller coasters we can get on without fainting. I told myself that I had to finish the water that I had before I got on any rides, and I wasn't sure how my stomach was going to handle everything. So I rode the swings. Swings were okay, so I think we can coaster a little bit. Really manifesting we get some more of these clouds. The more clouds we have, the better everybody feels. Copperheads, turn around. Snakes, keep out. Snakes, go away. Deadly venom, nothing to see here. They bite. And my favorite, back off. You done gone too far. Y'all, my home park is in Mason. I think I know a thing or two about them snakes.
Make some noise.
Realistically, when I talk about roller coasters at Carowinds, everybody knows I'm really only talking about one. So when I say, how many times can I get on a roller coaster in X amount of time, all I really mean is, how many times can I get on Fury? So Thankfully, I know the Fury area well, I know where the bathrooms are, and I know where the water is, so I think we're just gonna go hang out there and hopefully not fry. Considering that this is a trip where we are going to visit a park that is going to be defunct, I found myself sitting across from a roller coaster that is from a defunct park. This is the Boomerang that used to be at Geauga Lake. They moved it up here. This is the Carolina County Fair section of Carowinds, and they've got it themed to an air show because Carolina likes to try to pretend they're Ohio and think, ooh, we're so special with aviation, yada, yada, yada. Like, I get it, but like, where were the Wright brothers from? Seriously? I feel like Fury is just such an S tier coaster. If you play rhythm games, you understand what S tier is. It's higher than A tier. Sorry for the explanation. But then, like, I feel like as far as enthusiasts go, the quality of roller coaster drops off pretty immediately. Ooh, look, the Panama Jack commercials are back. Because, like, I feel like Carowinds needs another absolute star, knock it out of the ballpark, legend, wait for it dairy coaster. They would have had that if they kept Thunder Road, lol, but here we are. And then I think at that point it would just be a perfect park. Ooh, I think that's my train. The best part about lapping Fury is being able to hang out in the air conditioning before you go for your next lap. Okay. This is so 90s kitsch. If you know, you know. Powerade. What flavor? Let's get grape. I think I'm gonna try for some middle seats. See if I feel any better with those. Nighthawk merchandise spotted. To tell you the truth, I didn't even notice it was missing. Okay, I look like a mess, but whew, I've got 6 rides so far, and I think I'm gonna go for 10 and then see where I'm at. Look at those glorious clouds. They're so beautiful. I've never seen anything more beautiful in my entire life. All right, so I got 10, and then they called it account of weather, so I'm not gonna sit around and wait for things. I mean, if we learned one thing from Knobles, it's that when the weather says you go, you go. Guys, someone tell me not to get this. It would look perfect in my garage. Not meaning to follow these people out of the park. Everybody's like, no, we're going home. Except for these guys. It would not be a video about Carowinds if we didn't pay attention to the state line and the fact that I'm standing in 2 states at once. This ended up being a pretty good day, all things considered. I was hoping for some footage of Fury, and clearly that is not going to happen, but I'm not entirely sad about it. I'm sure I've gotten plenty of footage of Fury over the years, and it just means I have to come back and get, you know, the same footage everybody else has gotten before. But can you say that you've gotten footage of Fury standing there against the clouds that are forming a thunderstorm? which is gonna be the break in this heat wave that we all so desperately needed. Okay, now I'm just waxing poetic. Look at that hair. So there's obviously not gonna be any driving footage as I go to my next location tomorrow. I am planning on driving up from Charlotte and stopping by a place I haven't been in almost a decade, and that is King's Dominion. I know that Pantherian is still closed, which is kind of sad, but I have not been on Tumbili, I've not been on Twisted Timbers, and I've not been on Rapterra, and one of those is going to be my 150th Coaster credit, so that's gonna be fun. And I will get there when I get there, and we will celebrate Katie's 50th anniversary, just like we've celebrated Kings Island's 50th anniversary and Carowinds' 50th anniversary, and that's probably going to be celebrated by spending some money on some merch. So look forward to that. That will be coming up, and I'm going to be entirely cheesy, say something like, oh, you should like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.